Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So I'm here with my March empties, and March is a really exciting month for me to use up items. I used up a lot of stuff. I don't know what it is. It just seems like every other month I tend to use up a lot of things. So I have a lot of tea empties. So if you like tea empties, I have a bunch to share. Candle empties, I have a ton of makeup empties, at least a ton for me. Skincare empties, just kind of everything I was able to use up in March. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to start with my tea empties just because I do have a lot of them. We'll try not to talk a lot about each of them. But in March, I had managed to use up 3 Mighty Leaf teas. And for all of these empties, it's not necessarily that they were like full new boxes at the beginning of the month and I just drank a ton of tea during the month. A lot of these had like 1 or 2 tea bags left, and I was just kind of focusing on using up things that were almost finished. So that was the case for a lot of these. Some of these are like my normal teas that I drink all the time. So there's definitely a mix. But yeah, I'll just get into the teas. So as I said, I had finished up 3 different teas from Mighty Leaf. The first one being the Organic Breakfast. And I really like this. It's like a premium like black tea. I really like drinking this on the weekends. I drink black tea every morning, but on the weekends I have more time to enjoy it. So this is definitely like a weekend black tea for me. Definitely something I would consider repurchasing. I really did like this. The second tea from Mighty Leaf that I used up was the Rainforest Mate or Matai tea, and it's just like that's the type of tea it is. It's like an herbal tea, but it does have caffeine. And it was a mate, and it has like fruit and spice. It's kind of like a tropical flavored tea. I really like this. It's definitely a different sort of flavor than like a green tea or like any other tea that I've tried. I did really like this. I think this is something I more prefer in the summer just because it's very fruity flavored, very tropical, like fruity flavored. Definitely would consider repurchasing this one. It's just not something I need to run out right away and get, but definitely maybe in a few months I would consider repurchasing this one. And then the last one from Mighty Leaf that I used up was the organic mint melange. And this is just like a mix of different like mints. And I did really like this. I really like having mint tea in the evenings. It's something I drink almost on a daily basis. So this is a little expensive for a tea that you're going to be drinking on a daily basis. This is definitely something I would consider repurchasing at some point, but it definitely is more of the, like a special treat sort of tea. And since I drink mint tea quite a bit, I went through this kind of quickly. So it's not something that I need to have on hand all the time. But a mint tea, another mint tea that I finished up that I really like, this is from Celestial Seasonings. This is their peppermint tea, and this is definitely much more affordable and a great choice for like a daily like tea, one you're going to be drinking every day. So this is definitely something I would consider repurchasing, and definitely much more affordable than like the Mighty Leaf option. I finished up 2 teas from Twinings. The first being this Irish breakfast tea. So I had a coupon, and I got the Irish breakfast tea and then the English breakfast tea, and I had taken them to work. I always like bringing my own tea to work just to make sure that I'll have it. I do like drinking quite a bit of tea. And I didn't know the difference between Irish and English breakfast tea, but the Irish tea is like a stronger caffeine content, at least for the Twinings. And between the two, I definitely prefer the Irish breakfast tea. This is definitely something that I repurchase to have at work. So I did like that. And the second tea that I finished up from Twinings is the green tea with jasmine. And this I've had for years, maybe like over 3 years. And I finally finished it up. I liked jasmine tea, that's why I wanted to get it. But it's just nothing that I normally like gravitate to. I've kind of gotten over it. So I did have to bring this to work because I do drink quite a bit of green tea at work. And at home, usually by the time I get home from work, it's like too late to want to have anything caffeinated. So I only really drink caffeinated like drinks at home on the weekends, and I just was never picking this one. So finally used this up, but definitely not something that I would need to repurchase. But it is a good jasmine tea. If you like jasmine flavored teas, I would recommend it, but I'm just not a big fan of jasmine flavored teas. I finished up one tea from Tazo. They have a lot of like different flavored teas. This is the organic peachy green. I really like this. It had a nice peach flavor. It's not too overpowering. I don't like flavored teas when it's like a really strong, like fake flavor. So this was really nice. It was really subtle. And the actual tea is a mix of green and black teas. So I found that it gave me good energy when I wanted something a little stronger than a green tea. I really did like this. So this was kind of hard to find. I think I found this one at Target. I don't normally see this at the grocery store, but if I saw this again, I definitely would consider picking it up because I really did enjoy this one. And then, let's see, I have a few more tea empties. So this one is from Stash. This is just their premium green tea. I actually had this in my cabinet at home. But again, as I said, I just don't drink a lot of caffeinated teas when I'm at home. I drink those more at work. And if I do want to have a green tea at home, I have a lot of loose leaf green tea, so I tend to use those ones when I'm at home. So I had to bring this to work to finish up because it's just this basic, like simple tea, and I did finish up that way. So I would repurchase this. I've repurchased this quite a bit, but to bring to work. So I would use it for that purpose. And then I did finish up 2 teas from Yogi. I love their like herbal blends. So I always have these types in my empties. I've talked about them a lot before. I have backups of both of these teas. I love both of them. So the first one is Relax Mind, and the other one is the Honey Lavender Stress Relief. And these are both lavender-based teas. The Honey Lavender definitely has a stronger lavender flavor than Relax Mind, but they're both lavender teas. I love them both. So if you like lavender teas, I definitely recommend these. I don't know if everyone would be a fan. I personally don't like chamomile tea. I really don't like the taste of it. So this is kind of my choice for like a relaxing tea, and I really like having these like in the evening time or before I'm going to bed. So love those. And then next, I did finish up 3 candles in March. The first one was a 3-wick Bath & Body Works candle. This is in the Peach Bellini scent. It's in like the New Year's packaging. I think they have this candle like throughout the year. They just repackage it differently. But this scent was so nice. I love peach scented things. This had such a great throw. I really loved it, and it was such a change from all the wintry candles that I had been burning previously. So I would definitely consider repurchasing this at some point. It's not something I had to like rush out and have like at all times, but definitely in the future I would consider repurchasing this. I really like that one. And then I finished up another Bath & Body Works 3-wick candle. This is the Citron Cedarwood. This was from their Provence collection from spring 2014. I kind of went crazy with that collection. I think there was like 7 candles in total, and I ended up getting like 6 of them. And a lot of the candles were kind of duds. Like, I don't know. It wasn't that great in terms of the actual candles, but I like the idea of it. I like anything like France. So I like had to get them. It was kind of insane, but this is just like a men's cologne sort of scent. It's not super overpowering. It's like a softer, like kind of watery men's cologne scent. But, you know, I liked it. It's nothing I'm like crazy over. It's definitely nothing that I would need to like go repurchase. I don't think this like line isn't even available anymore. But it's nothing I need to like be in search of like a dupe for. So it was okay, but not my favorite. And then the last candle that I finished up, and these were all included in my Project Wax. So the last one I finished up was the Arugula candle. It's an archipelago candle, and this I really liked. It's just kind of a like fresh grass sort of scent. I I wouldn't necessarily say that it smelled like arugula, but definitely like a fresh green sort of scent. I don't think this candle is available anymore either. I got this one a few years ago as a gift. But definitely if I saw or found a similar scent to this, I definitely would consider getting it because it's just so nice and fresh and kind of different than a lot of the other candles that I have. So I really like that. So now on to the beauty empties. Finally getting to my Sephora bag of beauty empties. So I'll start off with the makeup, and I put my makeup empties into the smaller Sephora bag just so I could separate them out. And a lot of these are from Project 10 pans, so I'll just quickly go over these. So I used up the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This was in my Project 10 pan. Actually, it's been multiple Project 10 pans. I finally used it up. I really love this stuff. I had a backup of it, so I'm currently using that one. This is definitely like a holy grail product for me, so definitely I've already repurchased that one. Then I finished up, let's see, the Benefit Stay Don't Stray. This is an eyeshadow primer. And this has, I don't have like any that I can show you because it's kind of like dried up, but it's like a concealer kind of consistency. I really prefer like clear eyeshadow primers. I really like the NARS Smudge Proof eyeshadow base. So this one was kind of messy to work with. So it worked. It's just nothing that I would need to go out and purchase. Also for makeup, I finished up my Revlon Lip Butter in Berry Smoothie. This was in my Project 10 pan. This was like really messy. The color is like too bright for me for an everyday basis. I really prefer a more natural lip. But yeah, the formula of this was just really hard to work with. It was really messy and like soft and like lipstick, even within the packaging would like get all over the place. So this is definitely not something that I would need to repurchase. And actually from using this, I decluttered. I had like 3 other Revlon lip butters. I actually ended up getting rid of those just because I didn't really enjoy using this up. Oh, I used up an eyeliner. This was also a Project 10 pan item. This is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the color Rockstar. It's just a purple color. I really did enjoy using this. I have another purple eyeliner that I want to work through first. But eventually, someday, once I have worked through some more of my eyeliners, this is something I consider repurchasing. I do really like the color of it. I used up this. This is the Benefit Benetint, just a cheek stain. I used it as like a cheek stain, a lip stain. I like this. I don't think I'd go out and repurchase it though. I don't really think it's super necessary. I kind of prefer powder blushes like over this. And I did kind of wear like this as a blush base and then use another blush, but this is not something that I would necessarily need to repurchase. I did like using it, but I just don't think it's necessary for me to have. And then I used up an eyeshadow, another Project 10 pan item. This is the Urban Decay eyeshadow in the color Virgin. And I can't even show you what it looks like. It's just completely gone. But this is just like a light, like white, like shimmery white type color. And I used it as like a brow bone highlight. I like this. This color comes in the original Naked palette. That's where I kind of first fell in love with it. I actually still have some of the color left in my Naked palette. I haven't totally used that one up, but like when I hit pan on my Naked palette, I was like, oh, I need to get the individual eyeshadow, then I can always have it in my makeup bag. But I think a lot of my palettes do have brow bone highlights, so I don't necessarily know if I need an individual eyeshadow for that purpose. But I think if I wanted one, I might want to try something else out versus repurchasing this one. And I did like it, but you know, it takes a long time to use up an eyeshadow, and once you use it up, unless you really absolutely loved it, you just aren't that excited to repurchase it again. So this, I don't know if I'd repurchase it, but I did like it. And then I have 3 makeup items that weren't in Project 10 pans. So I used up 2 mascara samples. The first one is this Buxom Lash Mascara. This I really liked. The brush is really nice. It's like a plasticky brush. I don't like the packaging of this sample though. It's like doesn't screw on, so all of the like mascara like gets in the sides, and it was like getting all over my makeup bag and making a mess. So don't love the packaging of this, but I do actually like the brush of this. It's nothing that I would need to like go and like purchase this mascara. It wasn't like absolutely amazing, but I did like using it. And then the other mascara sample I used up was the Makeup Forever Smoky Extravagant. And this one has like a more natural sort of like brush, I guess. I think I prefer the Buxom over this one actually, but they were both okay. I didn't hate either of them, but it's nothing that I would need to go out and purchase. And then finally for makeup, I used up a pressed powder. This is the Too Faced Primed and Poreless, and this I had in my purse, and I just had very little of it left, and it broke. So then I crushed up the rest of it and was using it like as a loose powder. So I did use this up. I do really like this powder. Currently for pressed powder, I have another Too Faced powder. It's the Absolutely Invisible one. I think I prefer the packaging of Absolutely Invisible over this, but definitely I would consider like purchasing either of those once I used up my other pressed powder, but I did like the powder itself. So that's it for my makeup empties. Now going on to everything else, I guess I'll start with hand soaps. I always use up a lot of foaming hand soaps. This month I have 3 in my empties. These are all from Bath & Body Works. So this is, I had it in my kitchen, it's the Winter Cranberry. And this is a very nice, like tart sort of cranberry scent. It was really nice. I liked having it in my kitchen. So it's nothing, like, I like cranberry scents for, like, winter, so, like, next year I would consider purchasing something similar to this, but it's nothing that, like, I need to have in my life, but I did like the scent of that. And then in my bathroom, I had the White Pear and Fig, and I finished this up at the beginning of the month, so I don't really remember it. It wasn't super memorable, but it's just like a pear, like a fruity, sweet scent. So, again, kind of not super memorable, nothing that I need to have, but I did like using it. I didn't dislike it. And then at the end of the month, I finished up the Iced Blackberry scent. And out of the 3, this one was definitely my favorite. It's just a sweet, like, berry scent. It smells so good. So, this one, I mean, again, it's not like I need to. Usually I just buy whatever the like newest like soap collection is, or whenever I run out, I'll just get whatever the current collections are. It's not like I need to have certain scents, and they are always changing or repackaging their soaps anyway, so it's not worth it to get too attached to these, but I did like all of those, and definitely the Iced Blackberries was my favorite out of those 3. I used up a nail polish remover. This is from Target. It's the Up and Up brand, just acetone nail polish remover. And I prefer nail polish removers that aren't, I don't know the percentage of acetone. It has like 2 ingredients. So, you know, I know you can get like 100% acetone. I'm not sure the percentage of this, but this is a little too harsh to use all the time. I do like having an acetone nail polish on hand, so if I have really difficult nail polish, that I can take it off. But normally I just like the Nourishing, I think it's like the blue one. Maybe it's the Vitamin E one, the blue one from Up and Up. I prefer ones with less acetone, not non-acetone, but this is a little too harsh to use all the time. But I would probably repurchase it just to have it for those moments when you need something a little stronger. And then I always use up cotton rounds. So Up and Up brand, this is just regular cotton rounds. Use those up. I have some skincare empties. I'll do those next. So this was in my Finish 7 by Spring. This is the Beauty Friends Aloe Essence Mask. I got this from one of my friends when she went to Korea, and this was really nice to use. I really like using sheet mask. This one was nice. Since it's from Korea, it's not something that I would be able to repurchase, but I did like using that. I used up this Vasani Brighten Up Enzymatic Face Rejuvenator. So this is a really like intense like physical exfoliant. It's kind of physical exfoliant because it does have like very finely milled like particles, but then it also has like enzymes that like exfoliate your face as well. So I did really like this. I got this sample in a Birchbox. I used to be subscribed maybe like a year and a half ago. So I got a sample and that led me to getting the full size. I was taking this when I was traveling, but the packaging like kind of came apart. So then I just used up this little small one of it before it would dry up. But I have the full size of it, so I do really like this. And I can continue using that, so happy about that. I used up a face mask. This was also in my Finish 7 by Spring. This is the Boscia Bright White Mask. I was also using up the black mask. I used that up last month. I prefer the black mask over the white mask, so I don't think I would go out and purchase this in the full size, but I did enjoy using it. I used up an eye makeup remover, the Neutrogena one. I've used different brands of eye makeup remover. I always seem to go back to this. I've been using this one for years, and I actually had a backup of this and I'm currently using. So I've already repurchased this one, but definitely I love to use this at night just to take off my eye makeup. So that I always have on hand. I used up a face wash, like a travel size face wash. This is from Simple. It's their moisturizing face wash. I liked using this. It's nothing that I would need to purchase in the full size, but definitely if I needed like a face wash for travel, I definitely would consider repurchasing that. I finished up a toner. So this is the Botanics Mattifying Toner. It's their Shine Away line. So it's supposed to be good if you have oily skin at absorbing oil, and it's the type of toner where it's like a blue liquid and it's clay and you have to like shake it up to mix the product together. So I really did like this for mattifying purposes, especially since I have very oily skin. This is like the second bottle of this I've gone through, and I purchased the backup and I'm already using that toner. So this is definitely one of my favorite items. And then I used up 2 moisturizers. The first was the Neutrogena Naturals. This is the Multivitamin Nourishing Night Cream. I had this in my Finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo. I don't know why I'm trying to smell it. But I had this in my Finish 5 by Cinco de Mayo. This was very heavy. I didn't really love it that much. That's why I did put it in that project to like force me to use it up. And I'm really glad that I finished it, so now that I can work on some of my other night creams that I like more. But finished that up and definitely wouldn't be repurchasing that. And then I have this like travel size moisturizer from Sephora. This is an age-defied moisture cream with SPF 15. And I don't really like moisturizers that have SPF, especially like travel size items. I have an SPF that I use, a separate SPF. And I find for moisturizers, like if it has SPF, I don't want to be using it at night. So that limits the use that I can get out of this. I really prefer something for travel purposes that I can use in the morning and at night. And this is kind of heavy. I think anything with SPF can make it a little bit heavy and harder to like blend in. I mean, it blended in fine, but I don't know. Just nothing that I would need to go out and purchase. So I think that's all for skincare empties. I have some body care items. So I always show like my shave gel. This is the Skintimate Raspberry Rain Shave Gel. You know, not much to say here, but use that up. I used up 2 like body lotions. The first is this I got from my mom. This is a Nubian Heritage Shea Butter with frankincense and myrrh. It's like a raw shea butter, so it's very natural. And raw shea butter is you have to like warm it up. It's very like thick. It's not like a lotiony sort of texture. It's not like a buttery sort of texture. It's very gritty. It's a little too natural for me. I did use this up, but yeah, nothing that I would need to purchase. I really prefer my like Body Shop. I know those aren't super natural or anything, but my Body Shop body butters over something like this. So, I mean, it was interesting to try. And then I used up this body lotion from Bath and Body Works. It's just a travel size. It's the Cool Coconut Surf body lotion. And, I mean, this was fine. It's a coconutty scent. It's kind of a, like, fake sort of coconut scent. I really prefer, like, the Body Shop, the coconut body butter. I really like that coconut scent. This one was a little, I don't know, not my favorite. I used it up, and I'm glad it was in a travel size, but it's definitely nothing that I would, like, need to repurchase. So, there's that. I used up 2 body washes. This one from Bath and Body Works I had in my shower. It's their shower gel in the Twilight Wood scent. I did really like this. I think this scent it's like a warm sort of fruity scent, but I think it's really great for like fall, winter. It's not really a scent I'd want to use in like spring, summer. But I liked it. I don't think I would go out and repurchase it. It wasn't like my favorite, like it was fine, but it wasn't like I need to have this in my life type of scent. So there's that. And then also for body wash, I finished up a travel size. This is a Coconut Lime Breeze from Bath and Body Works. And I like this one. In terms of like coconut scents, I like this one a lot more than the Cool Coconut Surf, just because it does have the lime scent as well. I really used to like Coconut Lime Verbena. And this is really pretty much the same thing, but I do like this scent. So definitely would consider repurchasing that. Let's see, for body care, a few more items. I have this Neutrogena Body Clear Body Scrub, and I always have this in the shower. I like to use it like on my chest area and then on my upper arms. So I always have this in the shower. I've gone through a lot of these, so that's kind of a staple for me to have. And then I used up a foot cream. This was also in my Finish 7 by Spring. This was the Bath and Body Works range, the True Blue Spa Super Rich Foot Cream. And the name doesn't lie, it is super rich. I found it was a little too greasy for me. So definitely not something that I would want to repurchase. I did use it up. Really excited it's gone, but definitely not something that I would need to repurchase again. And then the last things that I have to share are little samples. The first thing is a perfume sample. This is Daisy by Marc Jacobs, and I really love this scent. It's really great for travel because it's not too overpowering. I have a few more samples of this. I always seem to get Daisy samples. I guess when I'm making like Sephora orders or whatever, if it's available, I'll take it because I know I like it. But it's just a nice kind of light, like floral scent, but not like too overpowering. So I do like that. I don't think I would buy it in the full size. I do have the full size of the Daisy Oh So Fresh, which I really prefer that one over the original Daisy, but I do like the samples of the Daisy. And then I have 5 little foil packet samples. So the first one is this OC8 Professional Mattifying Gel. Now, as I said, my skin is oily. I don't know if this made a huge difference with the oiling, like controlling oil on my skin. I mean, it was nice to use, but nothing that I would need to go out and purchase in the full size. I got 2 of these, or used up 2 of these Murad, it's like acne clearing solution. This was like from a Sephora like sample, and it was like 3 different ones, so I still have 1 left. Which is a salicylic acid like acne treatment. I mean, I used these. I don't know if they made a big difference, but nothing I would need to go out and purchase. And then I used up this eye cream by Dior. It's the Hydra Life BB eye cream, and this was in the beige, luminous beige color. So this is kind of like a BB cream for your eyes. So it's supposed to be an eye cream, but it's more like a concealer consistency. At least that's what I thought. This is definitely, I prefer eye creams that are actual like eye creams, and then I'll use my own like separate concealer. So I used this, but it's nothing that I would need to purchase. I wasn't a super big fan of that. And then the last sample that I used up is this Ren Resurfacing AHA Concentrate. And this came in the set. I got like a Ren set that had like the glycolactic mask, has like a cleanser and a serum, and it came with 2 little things of this concentrate. And what you're supposed to do with this is use the concentrate for 7 days, and then you take 2 weeks and don't use it, and then you use it again for 7 days. And they included in the set 2 of these little samples, and it was like the perfect amount for 7 days. I might have even gotten like 8 days of use out of this. So it was nice to use. I don't know if I noticed any like dramatic difference from it. I don't know if it's something that I would necessarily go out and purchase the full size of, but I did like using this sample. So that is everything. That's all my empties for March. I know a ton of stuff, but it is super exciting to get through a lot of things and be able to get rid of them. So yeah, that is everything, and thanks for watching. Bye.